Hi, friends, I am Joel John, and now I am going to talk about how to prevent you from murders, rapes, any kind of threat, housebreaking, or a riot, or something when you are on a life threat. And you have got a solution for that in the description below. Click on the description, there will be a inverted triangle shape. Click on that, you will get an link to download that app. This is mainly for Tamil Nadu people. For other state people, you can check with your in Google or something whether you can find something for your state police department as well, app like that. This is called as Cowalan app, Cowalan SOS by Tamil Nadu Police has introduced this app, so that they have introduced a lot of system wherein they can videograph what's happening and so on. But I don't think a chat option is there. If a chat option could be there, will be much safer, because when some murder threat or something is there, the other person won't be able to notice that you are communicating with the police. Sometimes that will also be helpful, but the crime stoppers will reach within 5 minutes. That's something informed by, I saw a video spoken by the Additional Director General of Police of Crimes Against Child and Women, Dr. Ravi IPS, and he gave the information that within 5 minutes they arranged for the prevention team to reach the spot. So you will be more safe on that. And for other states, please do check the number. As I said, this is not only about informing the police, it's also going to be a general talk about how to prevent suicides, how to avoid suicides, prevent rapes, murder, and so on. So recently we had a case which shocked many people. Veterinary doctor from Hyderabad was raped and murdered, and to talk about these few incidents, this incident mainly made me to create a video how to be safe. Your safety is in your hands. Prevention is better than cure. So avoid traveling on night, especially women alone. That's very life threatening, and you can go with I cannot guarantee the services, but I can still found that the Ola and Uber are only allowing verified drivers to drive the cab, and there are also other features like automatic video footage photos. So when someone get inside the cab, Ola will take an automatic photo of that, of the persons inside the cab, so which will be on the remote server. One cab driver informed me this. I'm not pretty sure about that. That's a kind of a safety feature. Those kinds of feature you have to inquire, and you have to board only those kind of cab if you are traveling on night. Another one thing, avoid tube tires. Even though this is applicable for men as well, as I know many of the classic vintage bikes are coming in. If you are going to travel on night on remote areas, and if you have a threat for your life, don't use a tube tire. Use tubeless tire, because the chance of getting puncture is much less. You have an opportunity to drive fast and escape. And the most of the vintage bike use tube tires, because they want to have the old spokes wheel method, which will increase the ride comfort. But when life is in threat, you have to sacrifice the ride comfort. And another one thing is like, don't communicate. It's good that people try to communicate with their known ones, relatives. When someone is coming scarily, hey, I'm on phone with someone will inform. And even though the information is passed on, but it's really bad that they didn't act fast or smart. So this kind of information could be given to the centralized monitoring team, where there is a strict monitoring of the issue. So this kind of apps will be more useful. And don't believe strangers and board their cab when you are on night times mainly. You may be with your boyfriend or husband or your relative. Still be conscious. Only cinema hero can fight with 20 people, 30 people. And for cinema hero, suddenly the bravery will come when he want to save his beloved ones. For everyone it will come, but we are all human beings. And even if self-defense, that's only work out for some extent. Just imagine if someone takes some sand and throw it on our face. You cannot see properly with our eyes, you cannot do anything. The same thing you can use for self-defense. That's much appreciated. If you are going to risk your life, take some sand and throw it on the enemies and try to run and escape. So that kind of self-defense techniques you could learn. I always appreciate people learning karate, kung fu, whatever you know, and use your self-defense wisely, and always try to push out the enemy and go to a place where people are there, so that someone will come for your rescue, or someone will inform police, or someone who can save you. So that's one thing. But they captured the criminals within one day or something, and when those criminals were trained enough to pull out the guns from the police, and they tried to fire the police, but police, as they are very good trained forces, they were able to fire for all the 4 accused. So the case will be now for what the situation of encounter, that will be inquired, but I don't want to get much into that. But I would have appreciated if one person would have been caught alive, so that if there is some more culprits involved on that, or if it's going on a sequence, they could backtrack the other accused as well. But times are past, so we cannot do anything about that. But prevention is better than cure. If we are safe, and companies, please spend some more money and get caps at least for your female employees. For gents, I don't advise much, because until they have a personal threat, max to max they will catch the person to take their chain or gold wares, and don't wear gold when you go out on nights. And women, they have some sentiments to show they are married, they will definitely wear a chain, ring, all those. But gents, I don't think that gents are that much sentimental. They will be very fond of taking out all of those until they want to show they are very rich. So don't try to show you are very rich when you are on night or at a remote places. And that's something which will be the main threat for gents, as far as the society is concerned, as far as the Indian society is concerned mainly. And also, if someone is trying to smash your chain or packet, don't try to do some heroism fighting with them. Smartly give it to them and move to an area where they are not following you, or they are away from your reach. Mostly they will take out your cell phone as well. Anyway, you can log a police complaint afterwards. But don't, when you are on a safe place, when you are on a morning light and you are with your friends, don't go and encourage a rogue by giving everything to him. Then the roguism will increase like anything. So when you are with the support, you can also catch criminals and hand over to them to the police department, but don't beat them in a way that they die. Self-defense is much limited. Even if police kills a person in encounter, there will be judicial inquiry on that. So even if we kill, we will be subjected to judicial inquiry on self-defense grounds. But there are some good sources for women prevention. Nirbhahi gun, especially for women, was introduced after the Nirbhaya incident by Indian Defence Ordnance Factory. It's a lightweighted gun, easy to carry, and small one to hide and shoot. And don't shoot your enemies and try to hide. There will be an investigation, even if you use in the norms of self-defense as well. And apart from that, I just like to give some statistic figures. As far as India is concerned, India is one of the place where 17% of the suicides all over the world happens. Where all over the world, 8 lakh people commit suicide in a year. Out of that, 17% of the people are from India. I roughly mapped this to it comes to 1,36,000, and 1.5 lakh people die in road accident, and 33,335 people die on murders. And about this, I just for race alone, I got only the 2014 statistics. If that itself, it stands about 24,000 and almost 25,923. And the shocking fact is about 24,470 were being done by the people who are known to the victims. So this is another one very sad thing, that women are not even safe on their own environment. Abuses are happening on their workplace, and for that you should have a complaints team in every office, and you'll be having a 3 months regular meet or something. And if you don't have, also you have the women police station, you have women advocates, you have women law support cells. You can find out all the numbers in Google. If someone is able to find my video in YouTube, they can always Google and find the government free registered women helplines, because women are being more vulnerable in the society to crimes against women and child are increasing day by day. It's our duty to prevent those. That's the main reason I started off creating a video. And as this content goes, I know there are a lot of technically sound people in my LinkedIn. If by chance you see this video, try to create more apps like this and connection with the government. And also I saw one volunteer video which was trying to talk on prevention of suicide, and that person has got a YouTube channel. I forgot the name, I'm sorry for that. I saw that as his YouTube ad played on my YouTube before my video run. It was about some 9 minutes length video. As the subject was interesting, and it was a new video. I saw that. On that he said that one of his friend in college had an intention to commit suicide, and he was telling that he will commit suicide. They said that he won't do that, but one day he committed suicide. So if you find someone so depressed, stressed, saying that they will commit suicide and speaking like that, arrange for a counseling with the government. 104 is the helpline number for most of the states for prevention of suicide cell. Call them and get their support and arrange for a counseling to those kinds of people, because when we won't believe that a person will do. And also in case of crimes against child, I think there is a separate line for helpline number for that. You can Google and find it. I'll try to put those on my description as soon as I got the details. I have to wait and Google and find out, but still you also Google and find it out. Children can very well call to the number and inform, even if they are harassed by their parents. It's a crime. It could be your own parents, your grandparents, your relatives, your teachers, your neighbor, or he could be even a police officer or a judicial officer or anybody. No one has the right to abuse you. Even if you are not a child, they don't have a right to abuse you. But adults can prevent themselves in many ways. But children are more prone to abuse in their day-to-day life. Now the world is against abuse of child, as this will create a very bad impact on their throughout their life. You are creating a very big tumor on their life, which is a very bad thing to do. So to avoid such a situation, they have come up with helpline. And another one thing which Tamil Nadu police has got, and the list is actually given by FBI and few other such agencies all over the world. They have taken the list of people who are watching porn websites, which mainly for child pornography, because internationally child pornography is a crime, and as most of the country it's a crime. And they are sharing the list, and if you even watch, like, comment abusive comments mainly, and also even if you cannot comment, you cannot watch and comment. So if someone else has shared and you accidentally see the content, please do share the information with the nearby police team, so that they can backtrack the records and find out the real culprits behind that. And as of now, you cannot search and find. Almost all the websites are hacked, but there are some culprits who have used this darknet and some Tar browser or something. I don't know what a kind of these are mainly used for deep net. These are mainly used for scientific and research purpose. But anything, knife, surgical knife used to save the life by a surgeon can also be used to kill a person. The same with the chloroform or any anesthetic drug, which can be also used to avoid pain during a surgery. Also you can use that to kidnap. Those things, everything depends on the hand of the person. So some people are misusing that. If you come across anything, if you inform, they will backtrack the people, and also they have already backtracked and they have got the information already. So through that also they will be sharing. Many people will think that these kind of special team will be in one place. How they will come? They have got special teams all over in all the districts in Tamil Nadu, and now they are going to circulate it to the local police station. They will take an action, and still this action doesn't have any gender discrimination. Law is common for both the gender. Even if women are involved in that, they will be punished. And women still have the right to demand for an inquiry on daytime, and there should be a women officer throughout the inquiry. These kinds of demands still women can keep in, because even police or any law enforcement agency doesn't have the right to violate the rights of the victims or the accused as well. Even those who are offenders also have the judicial right. So that's something about what I thought of sharing. And when it comes to suicide, another one thing I thought of sharing was one thing which disturbed me much was the suicide of Coffee Day Siddharth. And they say that his 1,000 crore property was seized for just a 300 crore loan. Whatever it is, you promoters, investors, one thing which was ringing again and again on my mind was Coffee Day Siddharth had an aim of employing 10,000 people. Unemployment is being one of the main reason for crimes. When I was going through YouTube, I had the speech of Mr. Walter Devarama, senior IPS officer. And it was he was getting into civil service exam is a very difficult thing. He was the all India topper in civil service exam, and he selected IPS. And he was talking about Naxalism. When that was on when that came into Tamil Nadu as well, then one of his colleague who was at a DIG rank, a very high rank in police department, he was died because of a Naxal attack. But still they worked with the Naxals, and they find out that unemployment is one of the reason, and they at that time they were able to give them alternative source of employment, and some of them he got into the police department itself, who did an excellent job after that. But now the same thing won't be possible. But when I hear of a person who thought of creating employment for 10,000 people by his own efforts as a promoter, those are people born with silver spoon. They can live as they like. But still they took up the initiative. Unfortunately, some events happen, and for these kinds of things, promoters and investors can have some kind of union where you can speak among yourself and solve these kind of problems. And you can also contact the suicide helpline. They may give you alternative solution and also give you a counseling so that you don't get to the mood of committing a suicide. So, as if you are stressed or if you are anything, you can go for counseling. So that's all. And also always be safe. Use public mode of transport and don't travel on nights. And if you are in a situation, you can always park your vehicle. If you are going for an office visit and it get delayed, ask them for a permission, park your vehicle there. Get a proper cab, board on that. One day what you spend is not much higher money. You may say that 1,000 of people go and come once or twice, these kind of things happen. But can you get back your life? Not possible, right? And drive safe. Accidents being one of the highest, reason for death, mainly road accidents. And wear helmets, wear seat belts, maintain your vehicles properly, check your brakes before you drive, and also maintain proper tire conditions. If your tire is flattened also, it can lead to accident. If you compress the air much also, it can lead to accident. And proper tire pressure is required for proper fuel consumption. Doesn't mean that you can, if you pump in much air. I see lot of people, instead of pumping the 35 psi force on their back tires, maybe some bikes are different, they ask them to push 40, 42. Can it be 45? The tire will burst, sir. Okay. This is a stupidity. Direct word is this is stupidity. You will skid and fall and die. So don't try going up the levels as much as you can. So higher tire pressure is also dangerous. So maintain your vehicles properly. Have a great life. Be good to you and good to others as well. And for child prevention, parents has the responsibility to listen to their child. You have to spend some time with your children. If they are abnormal, check with them what's the problem, or give them the moral support and get to know what the problem is and file proper complaints and get legal remedies for that, so that the criminals will be taken out. And in case if they are mentally disturbed children, pay more attention. And that's something I thought of informing you in addition. And yeah, almost I'm running on much out of time. So, and as usual, my request, subscribe to my channel, share my channel to many people, press the like symbol so that you will get many of my videos, and also comment on the comment box below. As I told you, comment about the helpline numbers, comment about the other safety tools like this COUNCELLING SOS available on various states. Because this video is in English, many people from other states are my subscribers. If you have any such apps in your state, check for that in Google and update it on the comments. Once I found, I will take it and put it on my description, so that we will have a proper social interaction and prevention will start increasing more and more. We can also be crime stoppers and by supporting the legal departments in the government. And okay friends, it's time to say bye, and this is Joel John J signing off from you. Bye.